Hi, welcome back to This American Tries. I'm Kara.
Nick.
And I have a cold. Today, we're talking about 6 things I never knew existed until I moved to the UK.
She's got 6! 6 things that you didn't know existed before you came, to live here or to visit here?
Okay, things I didn't know existed might be a bit extreme, but things that I hadn't seen in real life, in actual person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Number 1 is double-decker buses.
Double-decker buses?
Yeah.
Did you see those in movies?
Oh, of course.
Really?
Yeah.
I suppose that's one of those kind of quintessential British things that you see, like the Houses of Parliament, Big Ben and London, and a double-decker bus going past.
Yes.
I always think of a double-decker bus like back in when I was young, maybe even still actually. Double-decker buses normally have some sort of movie advertisement.
Oh, yes.
And I just remember like the Bridget Jones's Diary ad was on buses everywhere for what felt like an uncomfortably long period of time. So that's the one that I remember being on buses. But sometimes you'll get like, chocolate ads or for like fashion designer clothing. Or sometimes make it onto a double-decker bus.
I saw one for the Eras tour. I don't think that needs any advertisement.
What, the Taylor Swift tour was advertised on a bus?
Or it might have been like the movie, maybe.
Oh, maybe.
It was driving by.
They tend to put movies a lot on buses.
Yeah.
So you'd never seen one in real life before you came here?
No. Ironically enough, I'd only ever seen a double-decker train in real life. But we do have those.
What, in the US?
Yeah, NJ Transit has them. Not typically, but yes, they do have them. Double-decker bus, I'd never been on one. I actually still, have I ever been on a double-decker bus?
You definitely have.
When?
You used to sit on the top deck.
I have.
You used to sit on the top deck because you used to travel to work on it.
I used to travel to work on a bus, but it wasn't red. It was purple.
We don't really do red buses here outside of London, really. And a few other major cities have, so don't at me. The big red buses, sort of more locally in smaller towns, they're kind of different colours, a lot of blue, I remember, in some towns and cities. We have them in lots of different colours and the different lines.
We have a leopard bus.
We do.
Yes.
We do.
I've never been on it, but I do enjoy looking at it as it drives by. The red double-decker bus is like London.
Yeah, and you will see those in London. The old Route Master buses that you used to get in eras gone by are kind of the quintessential London bus. Kind of a really similar aesthetic to like the classic red telephone boxes.
Oh, yes.
Which we don't have so much anymore.
They're all libraries now.
We've repurposed a lot of the red phone boxes in London and in some of the other satellite towns as well to house a place for people to like leave and take books for each other, like a little kind of
free library kind of.
Free library.
Libraries are free anyway, I guess.
Or what a lot of towns and councils are doing now is repurposing those phone boxes for defibrillators, which is such a cool, ingenious idea to have those kind of readily available to people. I imagine that saves a lot of lives, which is awesome.
We rode a bus when we were in Sweden.
Yeah, that was red?
It was red, but it was not a double-decker.
That was a single-decker? I think they had some double-deckers.
Maybe.
Actually, no.
The one that we were on, wasn't that?
If any Swedish people are watching,
Tack så mycket.
Do you have double-decker buses? I'm pretty sure they do, but if any Swedes watching want to let me know, please do.
Number 2, speaking of, paid public toilets.
Paid public toilets, what you do not have to pay to use a restroom in the United States.
I've not ever had to pay to use a public toilet in the United States. You may have to now, but I have never had to do that. But it's not often that you will find a sort of pod toilet in the US in the first place. You normally would have to go into a business and use the toilet in the business.
Sub-question. Have you ever had to go into a business and buy something just because you needed to use the bathroom?
I do think that they try to enforce that.
They do.
Yeah, bathrooms are for customers only. In Starbucks, they'll tell you that. But normally, if you ask, they'll let you use it.
I think a lot of places, and I've seen this quite a lot in America, and maybe this is just a me thing because it's kind of a little bit new to me, was that a lot of places have signs that say, bathrooms are for patrons only, bathrooms are for our customers only. Like a lot of places will have that.
Absolutely.
So, you know, I think I don't mind calling it out. When I was in New York, I went to Chipotle just to use their restroom, and I was like, "Can I use your bathroom?" Like, no, our toilet's for customers only. I gotta go do that. So I bought a bottle of water because the only way I could use the bathroom was that the code to get into the bathroom was on the receipt.
On the receipt. To be fair, I would imagine that a lot of people in Chipotle will need to use the bathroom.
I think a lot of people who visit a Chipotle will need to use the bathroom shortly after visiting a Chipotle.
They'll probably have to control that.
So you have to keep your receipts. So little trick, little top tip from myself: if you're using a Chipotle in the United States of America, keep your receipt. But you have to pay to use a public toilet here. I think we've got a lot of public toilets that you don't have to pay to use.
Normally, if we're out and about,
Yeah.
like if we go into London, we're far from home. Well, not far, but you know, we're at a restaurant or some type of establishment. I could use the toilet there.
Yeah.
So it's not usually an issue.
Have you not seen pay public restrooms anywhere else in the world?
In Spain?
And Sweden.
Well, yeah, it's Sweden, but I thought you meant like before I came here.
So this video is called 6 things that you never experienced before you moved to the UK, but there are 2 things first that you've seen before you moved here in Spain.
Cut that out.
Nope. Hi, welcome to This American Lies. Right.
You're just giving yourself more work because you're going to have to edit this out.
I'm not. All right, number 3, which will be something that you haven't seen in another country.
Pantomime.
Pantomime. They may have that in other countries, actually.
Doesn't mean I've seen it. Tell me about the pantomime. What's your experience with the pantomime?
Oh man, it's like part of like your school experiences that you'll go on a school trip to the local pantomime.
Ours has been?
Yeah, ours have been to theirs. So most local or towns will have a pantomime. A pantomime basically is a show, like a play. Usually it's based on like a fairy tale or something around that area. So it'll be kind of either Cinderella, Jack and the Beanstalk, Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs, that kind of thing. And it will be very kind of aimed at children and families, and will have some form of celebrity, for the most part, involved in it. Now, these would not be celebrities that you'd expect, like a Harry Styles or a Dua Lipa or a Benjamin Ingrosso to be involved in. They're normally kind of someone who was famous at one point and is now sort of in the twilight of their career. It will normally be someone who's kind of local to your area. In some parts of the country, they have people that used to be in boy bands or girl groups, or people that were on Strictly or some form of reality TV show, and now doing pantomime. Cool things that are involved in pantomime, one of which is kind of the audience participation and call and response, where like there'll be a very obvious thing for the audience to say, "Oh no, he isn't," or "There he is, he's behind you." It's very campy, it's very fun, it's very family friendly. But also historically and traditionally, drag has been part of it as well. Fun for all the family. It's, as I say, very campy, very old-timey. It's very traditional over here. It's a good time.
We should go.
You want to go to a panto?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do it.
I don't even know what our local one is, but you tend to see them advertised like at bus stops or at the train station.
They don't make it onto the side of the bus, though.
No, but it's always like Keith Chegwin is Jack in Jack and the Beanstalk. The girl that played Tracy Beaker is always in it, or like there's someone who was like an extra in Harry Potter. But you don't have anything similar in the US?
You wouldn't usually get that bridge between famous people and local. It would be a local production at the Playhouse.
Yeah.
Or it's going to be like a proper, you know.
So do you have that at like at Christmas time? Do they do like, you know, Swan Lake or something like that?
Sure, but usually it's done by maybe a college, a school, something like that.
It's not always the bridge between local and the celebrity. Most of the time it will be, because they're doing it for such an extended period of time. I wonder who that would be in Baltimore if you had that. Cisco. Or, you know, like a retired football player sometimes. Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis is Cinderella. Could happen. Or in New Jersey, I don't know who that would be. Bruce Springsteen.
Bruce.
Bruce Springsteen is the fiddler on the roof.
Has he declined enough?
So yeah, the pantomime, it's pretty cool. But you have like Snoopy on Ice, the Ice Capades, people like that.
Absolutely.
That's the closest thing I can draw a comparison to here.
But you wouldn't interact with the ice skaters typically. I've been to a Disney on Ice.
How was that?
Stellar. Blew my mind.
How old are you?
Made me want to be an ice skater. Oh God. 5 maybe? 6?
Aww.
Cinderella looked dazzling on the ice.
Lots of rhinestones.
Yeah.
Razor sharp skates.
She is not my favorite Disney princess by a long shot, but she looked great on the ice. But we're getting way off topic now.
What is your number 4?
Pancake Day.
Pancake Day?
Yeah. Never in my life have I ever heard of Pancake Day, which, to be fair, it's not really something that you see. I've seen it celebrated. But when you told me that Pancake Day was as big of a deal as it is, I was shocked. To us, in America, Pancake Day is like when IHOP gives your kid a free pancake.
Why would they do that?
I don't know, to drum up business. They give your kid a free pancake, you still gotta buy yourself a meal.
Oh, like kids eat free when accompanied by a paying adult. You'd never heard of Pancake Day?
No.
But had you ever heard of Shrove Tuesday?
No.
But you do know what Shrove Tuesday is now, right?
Yes.
What is
Only because I know about Pancake Day.
Right. But we were talking about the Bible the other night because that's the kind of conversations you have when you're married.
We were talking about the Bible, and I don't know a ton about the Bible. I was forced to learn about it when I was a child, but it was compartmentalized and then filed away.
So, Shrove Tuesday, what can you tell me about Shrove Tuesday?
That was the start of...
One eternity later.
Fasting. Wasn't it?
So, Shrove Tuesday is the last day before the first day of Lent. Lent obviously is that period of austerity or fasting or giving up of luxuries leading up to Easter. We're not going to get into the whole religious aspect of it, but what we can tell you is that Shrove Tuesday really is the day where historically people would use up all of the things that were in their pantries, make them into pancakes, so they could do this as kind of a celebration before that period of Lent. So we call it Pancake Day because you make pancakes with your eggs, with your flour, with your milk, and with all the things that you put on top of it. That's what you would do. Traditionally kind of crepes rather than the American style fluffy boys that you would have as a pancake. And you know, the kids will want to put like Nutella and marshmallows and all kinds of gooey stuff on it. Traditionally, lemon and sugar, or just a dusting of sugar for people, what used to be good enough, but now it's kind of taken on a life of its own. Pancake Day, very, very popular here. Mm-hmm. Normally you will go into a store on Shrove Tuesday, on Pancake Day, and find that there are not a lot of eggs in the store or flour.
You can even find like American style box pancakes.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, around that time. So
yeah, maybe you do prefer American style box pancakes. Maybe you prefer a fluffy American pancake, or maybe you prefer a crepe. Let us know in the comments.
I ate crepes a lot as a child, but only because my uncle used to take me to get them.
Oh.
I had never heard of it before, but he used to take me to a crepe restaurant. A creperie, and was amazed the first time I had one. It was so delicious. I think the first time I had one, I had Nutella and maybe banana.
I don't know what I'll have this year. I'll let you know.
My number 5 is an electric kettle.
An electric kettle?
Yes.
A kettle?
A kettle.
A kettle.
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 All right.
Growing up, we didn't have an electric kettle.
Yeah.
We had a teapot that you would put on the stovetop, and it would whistle when the water was boiling.
Whistle.
We did not put our tea in the microwave. That was an absolute no-go in my household.
Who does that?
People, apparently.
Do you know people that do?
I don't.
Have you met somebody who does this?
I hope not.
That's one thing I will say to the people of this country, is that we do have a very common belief that Americans make tea in the microwave. And I think quite a few people do, but just to be clear, you do not.
No, and I never have.
Excellent.
Ever.
I do believe that is on the citizenship test. Have you now or ever made tea in a microwave?
I don't even make hot chocolate in the microwave. Or anything.
Why would you even do that?
I don't know. Maybe if you're a kid, you want some hot chocolate, put it in the microwave.
Savage.
Okay, well, you know.
No. So you would boil like a whistling tea kettle and put it in.
Yeah.
That's just so much work.
Well, it's not. I think it takes about the same amount of time if you were to have an electric kettle in America.
Well, because the voltage sucks?
Yeah.
We were in Baltimore and I used to get up and I'd work UK hours but in the US. So I would be up at like 3 in the morning to start work. And the first thing you want to do is obviously have a cup of tea, a cup of coffee when you wake up to kind of get your day started. We did not have an electric kettle. We didn't even actually have a stovetop kettle. So I had to boil it in a saucepan, the water, and it took so long. It was like, it was a very first world problem, but it was such a pain. It really is the third world. So you like the electric kettle
You
now?
you can get an electric kettle in the States.
Oh yeah.
I did have one after I came here, and I saw that you had one, and then I got one. But it doesn't work as quickly.
It changed your life.
It has changed my life. I even use it when I'm making pasta. I just whack the kettle on and then pour the boiling water into the pot on the stove.
The electric kettle is a heck of an invention. I love it. It makes my life so easy. I can just make a cup of tea in 1 minute. I love it.
It takes a little longer than a minute, but...
Well, it's not long. But I love tea. I could drink tea all day. I'm very stereotypically British. I love tea. So yeah, the electric kettle, we take our hat off to it, tip our hat.
Maybe we just give them a little tip.
Little wink.
Oh boy, I didn't mean for that to come out that way.
Next.
All right, my sixth and final thing that I had never seen, heard, or experienced before living in this country. Football chants. That is such I mean, I know that it goes beyond, but to me, such a British thing. I know that it reaches beyond that, but I'd never experienced anything in my life like that.
It's super British. Obviously, but the sport goes back such a long way. I won't go into like why people sing on the terraces or where that started. It's something we love at football and rugby. You know, not so much at rugby. Like they love to sing a little bit, like chants for your team against the opposition team, having chants for the opposition team, like aimed at them. We love it.
I'm always amazed that many people can get it together because there's new ones. It's not like you've just been singing the same ones for a long time because you get a new player, you get a new football chant. You know, set to the tune of some song. You know, I know a few. I've learned a few now. My day.
Yeah. What's your favourite?
I know a couple Tottenham chants.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I won't repeat any of them.
I think your favourite that I know of, and correct me if I'm wrong, is Gimme, 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 a ginger from Sweden, to the tune of ABBA's Gimme, Gimme, Gimme.
That is my favourite football chant.
Aimed at Dejan Kulusevski, who is obviously from Sweden. I love a good football chant regardless of what team it's for or from. To try and give some context, a lot of football chants are based on either like old hymns that you would sing in church, because everyone would know. Everyone would know what they sound like.
Or the White Stripes.
Oh yeah, or Seven Nation Army, White Stripes. That's obviously a big one. But yeah, like old hymns that you'd sing in church, that's kind of the tradition. Like they'd just replace the words of the hymn with about getting sacked in the morning, like the manager getting sacked in the morning, that the centre-back's missus left him, or something like that. You know, it's or, you know, singing it to the tune of very famous pop songs. Give It Up by Casey and the Sunshine Band. Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes. Sloop John B by the Beach Boys has a big one as well. Yeah, we love it. They don't do it so much in America, and I know that they do try.
It doesn't work.
I know that they do try. Cut.
Come on, Seattle! Come on, Seattle! No, you gotta your eyes open. Fight and win! Fight and win!
Hideous. There's so much kind of nuance about British football culture that just doesn't translate over there. You know, there was a chant or a video going around of fans outside before a game in America chanting,
The referee's awakened! The referee's awakened! The referee's awakened! The referee's awakened! The referee's awakened!
the referee hadn't done anything yet. Normally, in the UK, football fans will chant that the referee's a wanker if the referee has done something wrong, made a bad call, sent someone off in error, allowed a goal in error, whatever. We don't normally sing it before a game preemptively at the referee. Sorry, America, but that's what do you say? Take the L on that one. But I do see it when we go to like NHL games. Like fans get super into it and they will sing like "You suck" and stuff at people.
Yeah, but that's not really a song, is it?
No, but like the goal music at the New Jersey Devils, like the crowd will sing like "Rangers suck"
Right.
to it. So it's like they're singing against their rivals. It's nice, but they don't sing it during the game.
No.
During the game, like normally, it's pretty quiet.
You might get a chant, but
Yeah.
it's not usually set to a song.
I've never really heard. I've heard like defense.
Yeah,
defense,
you'll get a little chant, but you won't usually get a whole tune set to a song.
Yeah, but it's never like you got arrested at the weekend.
No.
Your missus is sleeping with your brother. Like, no, you
No.
don't really get that. Maybe you should, because you'd think the Americans would love any excuse to be loud and to sing, and to make noise and to make a show of it all.
It is fun. I have participated in football chants before.
You have.
Yeah.
I think you have.
I have. The guy that was starting all of them was sat 2 rows behind us.
Oh yeah. You got involved before I did. I don't normally until we're getting really into it because I'm a bit worried I'm pitchy.
Oh, right. Maybe we should open our channel with a football chant from now on.
That is an awful idea. Let us know what your favourite football chant you've ever heard is.
Oh, yeah.
Because I love them. I'll spend a lot of time watching like football chant videos, listening to stuff like that. It's brilliant because like the level of comedy involved in it, but the level of kind of intelligence in putting that stuff together never lost on me. So let us know your favourite football chant if you've ever heard one.
That's it.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing those.
Thanks.
Appreciate that.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you for watching.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. If you have not yet subscribed, please feel free to do that and ding the bell to be notified of when we're putting out some new stuff. And leave a comment with anything that you want to hear Cara talk about her life in the UK.
Please do.
Yeah. But we'll see you in the next one. Until the next time that we do, cheers very much.
Cheers.